Welcome into another Union Football Coaches Show. I'm Rick Corey, the voice of the Redskins, along with Kirk Frederick, the head coach, and Edmond North coming off a bye week. That was the interesting thing to me. You'd not done that before. How did the kids react?
You know, it was interesting. You know, we kind of went into that week and you try to figure out, what do you do on the weekend? You know, as coaches, we're usually meeting, preparing for an opponent. How do we do those things? And we naturally just started working on ourselves. We had many things the week before that to work on to try to correct out of those first three football games. And it kind of led into this week. Our kids, their total focus is on Union and how we could improve our penalties, how we could improve our execution of the plays and communication, all those things. And we had some really great days of practice. And that's to our coaching staff. I told those guys yesterday that last week it was really hot. I mean, it was one of those where you just walk out, you don't know if you want to practice that day type heat. And the energy that our staff brought, and it was kind of contagious. Our kids worked really hard, and I couldn't be more proud of the way they were prepared to play on Friday.
And it really is season 2 district play, right?
Without a doubt. You know, we talked about those points and how you try to get started off. Obviously, if you're going to win a district championship, you want to get started off in the first game in the right foot and get your 15 points. That's the margin that you look at in case there is a tie or something along the way. And our kids were focused. They knew it was a district race. To them, it looked like, hey, this is a great opportunity. This is where we start really marching towards the playoffs, and it begins early on in district play.
And actually, you think about it, it's not really early anymore in the high school football season, and Union didn't play like it was early. Look at these stats, and especially the big takeaway. Look at total yards under Edmond North, 126. I don't know that I've seen many lower, Kirk.
Well, it was a really good performance by our defensive players. They did an outstanding job, and the thing that we've done pretty well so far is we've done a decent job against the rush, and those numbers are there. But passing wise, I think they only had one pass over 15 yards, or one pass for 15 yards was about the only one they had. And then of course we were able to run the football very well. Shamari continues to do well. I think he's averaging about 150 yards a game. So of course, the other, you'll see the highlight later on, but Darius Boone had 2 incredible runs of over 50 yards, and it was always also very fun to see some of those other tailbacks get in and continue to run the ball well.
There's not a place in those stats you can look at and say, well, 4 penalties is not much at all. Now it's more than Edmond North had, but it's not very many. There's nothing there that you look at and go, well, we've got to work on that. And I'm sure you found some stuff, but there's not much there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, there were some things, that you look at and you say, we want to correct. We still aren't honed in on our technique as good as it should be in some cases, but you're right, it's hard to be critical. It's hard to look and say, hey, you didn't step the right foot here, but we scored on that play, or you made that play, you had a great sack there, but I wish you would have done it this way. And those are some of the things you have to do so that you're ready when you face a tougher opponent. But again, I was so excited. This was a lot about what Union did really well. We've been in games before we hadn't played well and maybe had the same score. But in this game, the case was about Union, our kids. I couldn't be more proud of them.
I think it's the all-red. They like the all-red, don't they? They play really well in the all-red. All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at that. The first half highlights of Union and Edmond North right here on the Union Football Coaches Show.
So I work in production, and I help cover a lot of college football games. There's a ton of running and lots of travel all over the place. You might think I'd go with a mega bank for the convenience, but actually, I just switched to TTCU. I could have signed up online, but I decided just to walk in, and I'm so glad I did. Just for opening a checking account, they gave me $50 and $50 to a local school. And now when I travel, it's like a little piece of home is always with me. It really is unbeatable.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Kirk Frederick, the head coach of the Redskins, along with Rick Corey. Let's get to the first half highlights of the Redskins and Edmond North. And the first thing you'll see is the all-red. Kind of jumps out at you,
Yeah,
Coach.
it is. It's kind of fun to be able to have a different color combination, I guess. Coach Davis, our equipment guy, handles our special teams as well. And and did a nice job getting our kids outfitted, red pants, red top, and silver helmet. I know our kids enjoy the different color combinations. Start the game off right away. We get AK out there on a little sweep around the outside, pick up some nice yardage, get a little quarterback draw in there with Grady, some good yardage there to pick up a first down. Come back with Shamari and does a really nice job. You can see a lot of good push in there, 3 or 4 yards, but you're seeing a lot of the offensive line dictate where the line of scrimmage is. Come out with the screen into their boundary. Shamari does a good job. You've got to wrap that guy up because he's going to make you miss. Love the play here. Outstanding job by Lawrence Harris as Grady takes the play right down the sideline, and great job by Lawrence. Stepped right on the line. You got to talk to him about tiptoeing a little bit better, but stepped right on the line. So we get the ball in the 20, come back and hit a nice little pass out there to the left side to C.J. Moore, and that's a great executed play there. Good protection. C.J.'s got somebody on his back, but those long arms, he's able to come down with the ball.
Inside shoulder and high, that's where you throw that.
Get to see the defense play on first play there. You see Lee Barnes come in making a nice play for the nose guard position. Get great pressure there by Bajek to the outside and good coverage by Kyrie out there into the flat. You can see they try to get the stretch play, and Pat Fields comes down and from his safety position and makes a nice play on the stretch. Get the ball to AK, and he just splits it. You can tell, doesn't always seem like, you don't know how fast he is, but when you see a play like that where he splits defenders, you can tell he's pretty fast.
Yeah, he's so smooth, he never appears to be going fast till you realize he's running away from guys.
We get a great look here from the U-View crew here, good camera angle to the outside. One of the things that I thought, Kyrie Richardson on the outside there at receiver, he blocked unbelievably the other night, and to me, I wanted to put him in there with the offensive line as well as he blocked. Come back defensively. They got Spicer there, junior linebacker. Had a great game. Yeah, I think he had about 9 or 10 tackles on the day. You get Darius Thornton there, another linebacker on nice play. Got Asa Carter coming in on pressure to the outside. Devin Crittenden in coverage. And the defense, again, playing really well. There's Lee Barnes in there. Lots of guys coming in. You got Lewis there coming in making a nice play. And then we get a big sack on a third down there. There's Braden Spicer. Play a setup, kind of splits the gap there. You got Kyrie coming off the edge. They pick him up, but they don't get the inside backer. Coming back here, great play there. Almost intercepted there by Jordan Starks. Jordan Starks does a really nice job. Puts them into a punting situation. Come right back to work offensively. Shamari Brooks for about 8 yards on a nice zone play inside. And again, really tough guy to handle there. But they do a nice job of stopping that zone play there. A little spin out there, gets a few more yards along the way. Puts us into a third and short situation. And I believe it's third and short. And unfortunately, we aren't able to pick it up and gives them the ball.
Get your one punt.
Yeah, the one punt. Coming back here, they throw a nice play to the outside, something we'd worked on really well. J.T. McLeod, a sophomore corner, does a really good job on that. Love seeing younger guys making big plays. Mishandled the snap, and right away you see Lee Barnes come out, does a great job. Can't even tell what number he's wearing there, can you?
No,
it is 9, actually.
You could tell, though, the quarterback wanted no part of it.
No doubt. Good to have Lee Barnes in there. Trying to get the ball to AK deep. And just off the mark there, you can see right now Grady doing a good job reading the coverage. They drop out in coverage, so he's going to keep the ball. And then we get Sham in there. Got a great block there. Elwood Tomlin coming around the edge there. There's Cutshaw with a huge block inside. Lawrence Harris. That's the way you want to run the counter. Get those two guys in there. One kicks out, one leads through. Great job by both of those guys. How about Hoop and Gardner there? Got another guy. Offensive line coach, got to love this. Coach Moore, seeing Coach Young, doing a nice job with those fold schemes and getting some inside gaps. Outstanding job on the edge. Really good job there by junior Lawrence Harris. And the offensive line kind of splits it there, and we go in the end zone.
You just can't write it up a whole lot better than that. Watch the outside block.
You got Ricky Stromberg. I mean, Look at Ricky there, number 51. He gets this guy reached, and we get it kicked out, and just the way you'd want to draw it up.
That's why Shamar Brooks got to go pat some guys on the hat right there.
Without a doubt. Come back defensively, do a really good job of containing the quarterback, put a little wildcat package in there. We played the stretch really well. Again, just kind of he's looking for a gap out of an empty set, and our defensive line just doing a great job there. You got Lee Barnes and Raphael Williams, outside backer on the play. Nice hit there by Kyrie. Came in to clean that one up. I don't think the guy wanted to do much more wildcat after that.
At that point, it's, can I throw it, Coach?
Exactly. Lots of guys chasing around. Again, we do a great job of stopping the play, get a 3 and out. And now we're coming right back here with Holmes, Courtney in at tailback. Get a good block around the edge. I believe that was Cutshaw on the block. Spit the ball out here to the outside. Nice job there. Get the ball out there to Nichols, and he makes a lot of guys miss and gets some really positive yards there on the quick screen. Just got to kind of throw it away, not make a poor decision. I bet he wishes he had that one back, but cover it up. But turn the ball over. Let's get the defense going and see what we can do with it. Right away, defense does a great job. Corey Piercy, defensive end, strings it out and does a really good job, and we're able to come up with the ball and give it right back to the offense.
That stretch play, even when it doesn't work for a lot of yards, does such a good job of getting guys wide.
Exactly. Kind of splits the defense out and again, just makes guys chase a little bit. Come back right here. Again, outstanding play, kind of run the other direction. CJ with a good block there at the end. And Shamari comes in for a nice touchdown play.
Again, watch the blocking. Nice
Great block. Hoopy Gardner. It's almost the exact same play we saw to the other direction. Hoop gets a nice block in there, and we're in for another score. I think we had 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. Defensively, back to work. Great job there. Devin Bajek knocks the ball down, gets his hands up. Devin's been so consistent for us. Been a nice defensive lineman there and gets a nice tip on the pass there. There he is again on good pressure underneath, and we've got good coverage. Again, force another punt. Now we have Darius Boone, and don't give him much space. He's going to finish it. A lot of speed in that sophomore right there.
Still got the knees up there in the end zone. Watch him hit this.
He's still running. Get a great block on the edge. There's Kyrie Richardson again with a nice block. We talked about him earlier. And then there's one of Boone. When you rotate those tailbacks and they score on the first play, he doesn't get very many carries.
No, he almost outran the video to the end zone.
Mitchell Lewis, great job tackling space on the edge there. Got to love how Spicer fights through the block, makes a nice play, and Starks coming down. When you see the defense fit in a play, inside and outside leverage, there's another great example of it right there. You know our guys are really playing within their technique.
And look at the number of guys that ran to the ball, too.
Raphael Williams with a great play out there with Starks. Again, there's a play where we don't fit it as well. We got the inside, but the outside leverage kind of gave up into the boundary. They're able to pick up a few yards that way. Darius Thornton, what a great play. At linebacker coming in, fitting the gap. Get some good pressure. Go downfield. Outstanding coverage there by Crittenden. Does a really nice job. Unfortunately, officials saw it differently and gives them a first down. Love seeing Raff in there, outside backer, making a really good play. They try to go with the little pump and go there. Our guys covered up well, and you can see Asa Carter there doing a nice job. Jordan Kelly on pressure. There's Asa. Didn't get him the last play, but he got him on that one. Asa Carter, his motor just never stops. Here we are grading on a little boot play. Okay, does a really good job of stringing it out. We hit AK on a little drag, picks up a first down. Going to go to a shot in the end zone. And a couple of those plays early on we've missed on, some of those plays. And Grady this time has worked very hard on kind of throwing that ball into the basket. And CJ just goes right there and picks it up. What a great play there. Good shot there for our band to see that score right there in the end zone.
That's a nice adjustment by CJ. Goes inside a little bit, gives him the bread basket, goes outside at the end, adjusts that route. It's hard. you can't teach a guy that. He either knows how to do that or not. When you can do that in the air, that's big.
Lots of reps and lots of practice on air, and you hope it turns out that way during the game.
And it did. So at the half, it's really becoming somewhat of a runaway. Let's see how many people Union gets to play in the second half. We'll have second half highlights of the Redskins and Edmond North coming up next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
About Arvest. Let's ask real customers.
I have the free business checking account.
They seem interested in making sure that your business is successful.
I'm in here probably 3 to 4 days a week.
They've helped me with lines of credit when I needed extra money for capital.
We didn't have to even come to the bank. He came to the warehouse.
I've got tons of locations in the small towns where we end up building stuff at.
I didn't think it was, it could ever be done, but when I come down here, it was done.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Hey man, you cut me off back there. What you gonna do about it? Oh man. Can you feel it? The taste of Coca-Cola. Well, the race all right, fine.
Are we good? We're good.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Head coach Kirk Frederick along with Rick Corey. Let's get right to the second half highlights of Union and Edmond North. Already game kind of in hand here, Coach, but you get a chance to play some guys.
We really do. We obviously want to try to establish some things and kind of mix and match some starters back and forth during the second half, but they're going to get the ball. One thing we don't see on here is how well our kickoff coverage unit was. We had about 4 different guys get a great tackle inside the 20. I believe this one was Raph Williams on this one. Yeah, so they're starting out around their 10, 11-yard line on the kickoff coverage. So our guys did an outstanding job with it. Got Darius Murdoch in there at nose guard, sophomore. Come in, makes a nice play. Man, you love seeing Raper right there. Nate Raper comes in, makes a nice play at linebacker. Just does an excellent job with it. And then just a sea of guys coming in on the quarterback there. There's Asa with another sack. You got Corey Piercy in there as well. And you can see that pressure as they come through there.
That's a nice swim move on the outside.
That's a great job there. Jordan Kelly had nowhere to step up because the nose guard was coming in. And, of course, you got Mitchell Lewis to the outside. They come back and hit a little flare pass there and kind of lose our footing, but great balance there by Courtney, and he's able to pick it up and get a lot of yardage down in there inside the red zone. Come with the counter play there, Cutshaw with a nice play, and we're still kind of tripping over our foot there. I don't know if Coach Graham got his shoes tied or not, but we do a really nice job of keeping the composure and keeping the drive going. Come out to kick a field goal, and one of our goals every week is to have our special teams score in some way. And great job there. Good hold. Got a snap by Cade Brown. Got a hold by Starks. And, of course, Noah has done a great job as a sophomore kicker. See Raper coming across there just off the edge. Does a really nice job of forcing the play outside. And then we come down from the safety position and clean it up. Really good job there from the outside. You got Landon Wood coming in, makes a really nice play. Landon from the safety position and does a great job with it. Coming back here, great job on the flare pass there. Love seeing Trey Thompson, sophomore linebacker, gets the fullback out in the flat, does a really good job. Good coverage on the bottom there. I believe it may have been Evett there, senior corner on that one. Here comes Darius Boone. Gets 2 carries on the night, and there goes Darius Boone. Great job, lots of speed. Top end speed is really good, and wishes there was more field to run in, I guess.
Well, he also shows great patience in there, right? He stands behind that blocker before he makes his move.
Really does a good job. There's Kyrie again on the edge with the block. Does a great job with it. And then you saw Nate Peters make a really nice block underneath there. You got Marco Jackson down the field. Just does a really good job. Here they come back with their little sweep. Cade Brown with a nice tackle. Cade comes in, makes a nice tackle from the outside backer position. And again, they run the zone inside. And you can see all of those Redskins coming in, making a nice play. There's Cade again. They pitch the ball to the outside. Trey Thompson chasing it down. Got the safeties in there, fitting with it. Got to be a little stronger on the edge. But again, we got a lot of guys. Bryce Holst in there making a nice play. just doing a really good job with it. In the second half, we had safety Daylon Figures come in. Daylon just played really well towards the end of the second half. Junior safety is real excited to see him play. Nate Raper on the play, linebacker to the outside. You see Cade Brown chasing it down there, and of course Trey Thompson, good athlete, and Daylon Figures ending the play. This is one of those drives where you got to have a lot of pride. We talk to our guys all the time about don't allow a fourth quarter touchdown. And so we've got a lot of reserves in there right now, but they're still playing under that same goal of, hey, let's don't allow a fourth quarter touchdown. And they're just making them snap it every time. JT McLeod with a nice tackle to the outside. Missed the fit just a little bit. Cade Brown's there to clean it up. See MJ Smith coming in, diving on the pile. So you get a lot of guys in there trying to make a play. You get Trey Thompson made a nice play. I believe that may have been Raper there that also came in on the play.
So now you got down here where you really got a gut check.
We got a gut check down inside. You can see right there, what a great job in there. You get Dantes Chapman with the nice play on the quarterback. And then, man, Bryce Hulse makes him kind of slow played the option there. And we're able to hold him out of the end zone. And really proud moment for our defensive staff to see our guys step up and not give away that fourth quarter touchdown. Kevion Cooper, another tailback, outstanding tailback. Kevion plays a lot of special teams for us as well and kind of hits that crease and chews up a lot of yards there. Come back here with Ronald Heron. RJ, a senior tailback, kind of finishes the game for us. We get some really nice blocking inside there. Got Cameron Cox playing guard, doing a good job, picking up some nice plays inside there. Isaac Guyonna's in there, Bailey Kelly, all those, a couple of those seniors that are doing a really good job coming in an opportunity to get to play and excelling really well. Victor Atkins is another senior in there blocking, and really proud of those guys as they really get us inside the red zone here. The clock's kind of running. I think we ran the same play about 7 times in a row. RJ, we're trying to get him in the end zone. The clock's about to run out. And let's just look at the pride that those guys are blocking and the way that we're continuing to play. Got Braden White in there at quarterback right now. The unfortunate part about being that quarterback when you come in here, you're probably not going to get the ball, throw the ball very much.
You're not going to sling it around the yard, but that's okay. At least you're in the film.
Exactly right. He threw the ball a couple times. We had a slant route to Caleb Stacy, and so I was real proud of those guys and just about got it into the end zone there. Got Barron Lewis at defensive end, and we're able to close the game out. And again, as we said at the beginning, real proud of how our kids played.
Yeah, so you've got a nice walk there at the end at 51-0. So you're off in district play. You handled the off week nicely, and now you move forward. It's a different challenge, though, coming up this next week.
Without a doubt.
And we'll talk about that, and we'll also take a look at our up close and personal when we come back on the Union Football Coaches Show.
Frontier Valley Conference. 10 schools. Broken Arrow, Bartlesville, Bixby, Bishop Kelly, Jinx, Muskogee, Owasso, Sand Springs, Sapulpa, Union. .22 sports, 509 state titles. Numbers don't lie. Frontier Valley Conference. Strength in numbers.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with Union head coach Kirk Frederick, and it's time for Up Close and Personal. Vic Kidwell with some more terrific pictures of a nice Union win.
Yeah, Vic did a great job. We got some really good pictures here. A lot of variety. We got some seniors, some sophomores, some juniors. Outstanding job. We got senior here. We got Jared Nichols, great play there on a little bubble screen to the outside. Jared's done just an excellent job for us in our program. Here's CJ on that north end zone catch, bringing the ball in. Grady put it right in where he needed to. Just a great job there. Love seeing guys celebrate. You got big Nate Peters holding CJ up in the air right there. Of course, you got a lot of guys there. There's Grady coming in, Mario Rowland, another offensive lineman. Just love seeing those kids come around and celebrate like that.
When you can pick you up like that, what the heck?
Yeah. Nate Raper, outstanding junior linebacker, does a really good job here. We got Ricky Strongberg and Josh Cutshaw, two outstanding offensive linemen. They're on that right side, just doing a good job there for pass pro. Speaking of pass pro, you can see Grady throwing the ball right there, and you see Elwood Tomlin, and then of course Carlos Barrios in there, I believe, or Nate Raper, either one of them. I think they're both doing an outstanding job. And then of course you got Cade Brown there in the bottom, and a big tackle in there by Trey Thompson, a sophomore linebacker. Here's one of that goal line stand there where Dantes Chapman at defensive end kind of slices underneath the gap and tackles the quarterback. Again, outstanding job. Coming off that goal line then offensively, you see Kevion Cooper kind of gets that crease and then just off to the races. Isaac Guyona, a lot of pride that Isaac has in our football program, a senior offensive lineman, and just glad to see him get in there, put in a lot of work in the offseason, and good to see him and a lot of those guys get some playing time.
Glad to hear some names in there we don't see an awful lot,
Absolutely.
Which is nice. All right, so coming up, it's Owasso, at Owasso, district on the road. And this Owasso football team, traditionally very skilled in the skilled positions. How are they this year?
They are. They've got some really good kids that are playing well. They've got, 2 or 3 Division I offer type kids that are playing really well. A good outside linebacker, a couple of good safeties. A quarterback is in his second year, so a little more comfortable there. And so, for us, we know it's going to be a very difficult test. They run a lot of different schemes offensively, and then defensively, our offense is going to have to execute. We always get into a battle with those guys where every possession counts, and so we're looking forward to a good test. Go to Owasso. One thing I could say about last week is our crowd was just amazing. There was one of those times where I was coming back off the field after a timeout and just glanced in the crowd. I could not believe how many fans that our entire home side was filled up the other night. And the support we've had from our students, from our band, from our cheer has just been incredible this year. So we need all of those people to go right up the highway here to Owasso. There's a lot of good places to eat. It's a 7:30 game. And let's get a big crowd there this week.
And one of the things that really you kind of get overlooked is you had such a big road trip to start the year. This isn't a big deal, is it?
No, it's not. It's just a short drive up the highway. So for us, as we were talking the other day, we haven't been the home. That was the road trip at the beginning of the year. Seems like so many weeks ago. We're in week 5. Now it's time to put the white jersey back on.
All right, we'll go see to do that. He mentioned food on the way up there. I'll let you know how it is. We'll be with you next week, and we'll talk about that Owasso game right here on the Union Football Coaches Show.